The gleaming corridors of the Galactic Medical Consortium's flagship, the Celestial Harmony, buzzed with the usual hum of interstellar activity. Blue-skinned Lorgans, multi-limbed Zentrians, and the ever-serene gelatinous Glorfs moved with purpose, their expressions, or what passed for expressions, revealing their dedication to the healing arts. Yet, amidst this cosmic ballet of medical precision, one figure stood out like a sore thumb. Dr. Max Hollister, the lone human physician on board. Max was a man of average height, but extraordinary presence, his sandy hair perpetually untamed, his white coat adorned with more coffee stains than badges of medical accomplishment. He strolled through the corridors with an air of casual confidence that bordered on irreverence, a stark contrast to the solemn efficiency of his alien colleagues. The consortium had invited Max as part of an interspecies exchange program, an initiative aimed at fostering greater understanding between the galaxy's diverse medical practitioners. Max had jumped at the chance, eager to explore the universe and share humanity's unique approach to medicine, which he affectionately dubbed seat of the pants surgery. Today, however, Max found himself summoned to the central medical bay, where a panel of alien medics awaited him with expressions of mild consternation. The head of the panel, a Lorgan named Dr. Vortil, with skin that shimmered like a tropical fish, greeted him with a nod. "Dr. Hollister," Vortil began, his voice carrying the weight of 1,000 years of medical tradition, "we have reviewed your recent procedure on the injured Zentrian patient." Max leaned against the nearest wall, crossing his arms nonchalantly. "Oh, you mean the one with the ruptured spleen?" Vortil's eyes narrowed, a gesture that Max had learned signified skepticism. "Yes, the same. Your method, how shall we put it, deviated significantly from standard consortium practices." Max shrugged, a grin playing at the corners of his mouth. "You mean the part where I used the patient's own bioluminescent secretions to cauterize the wound? Improvisation at its finest, if I do say so myself." The room erupted in a chorus of alien murmurs, each species expressing their own version of disbelief. Dr. Xylax, a Zentrian with limbs that seemed to move independently of each other, waved one appendage dismissively. "Unethical, Dr. Hollister, highly unethical. Not the first time we've been attacked by recently collateral beings and failed to establish collaboration with planet." Max's grin widened. "Unethical? Maybe, but it worked, didn't it? The patient is alive and glowing, literally." Dr. Vortil sighed, an audible release of exasperation. "While the outcome was indeed favorable, your methods raise concerns about the adherence to our ethical guidelines." Max straightened, his expression turning serious. "Look, I get it. You guys have your rules, and I respect that. But sometimes, when you're out there on the edge of the galaxy, you have to think on your feet, adapt, improvise." The panel exchanged glances, a silent conversation passing between them. Finally, Vortil spoke again, his tone measured. "Perhaps there is merit in understanding your unique approach, but it must be done within the framework of our standards." Max nodded, sensing a small victory. "Fair enough. I'm here to learn as much as to teach." The meeting concluded with a tentative agreement to explore the possibilities of integrating human improvisation into the consortium's practices, a notion that left Max both intrigued and slightly amused. As he left the medical bay, he couldn't help but chuckle at the absurdity of it all. Humans, the galaxy's most unpredictable species, teaching the universe a thing or two about flexibility. Back in his quarters, Max reflected on the day's events. He knew he was a fish out of water, a human in an alien world, but he also knew that sometimes, when the chips were down, a little bit of human ingenuity was exactly what the universe needed. The celestial harmony sailed through the cosmos, its path a graceful arc against the tapestry of stars. As the ship continued its mission of healing and exploration, Max found himself increasingly woven into the fabric of its diverse crew. Each day brought new challenges and opportunities to share his unorthodox approach, though not without its share of raised eyebrows and incredulous antennae. One particularly eventful morning, Max was summoned to the emergency ward. A Zentrian miner had been brought in, suffering from acute respiratory distress after a mishap on a distant asteroid. The alien's 6 limbs twitched erratically, its breathing labored and erratic. Dr. Xilax, the Zentrian medic, was already at the patient's side, his limbs a blur of activity as he attempted to stabilize the miner. Max joined him, quickly assessing the situation. The miner's airways were constricted, and a strange, iridescent foam bubbled at the edges of its mandibles. "Asteroid dust," Xilax muttered, his frustration evident. "It's clogging the respiratory membranes." Max nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "We need to clear those airways, and fast." He scanned the medical supplies, his mind racing through possible solutions. The usual methods were proving ineffective, and time was running out. In a moment of inspiration, Max grabbed a container of saline solution and a small hand pump. "Xilax, help me with this," he said, his voice steady. Together, they fashioned a makeshift nebulizer, using the pump to aerosolize the saline and deliver it directly to the miner's airways. Xilax hesitated, his limbs twitching uncertainly. "This is unconventional." Max grinned, his eyes alight with determination. "It's what we like to call thinking outside the box. Trust me." With a nod of reluctant agreement, Xilax assisted, and soon the miner's breathing began to steady, the foam dissipating as the saline worked its magic. Within moments, the miner's color returned to a healthier hue, its limbs relaxing in relief. The surrounding medical staff, a mix of species with a shared dedication to healing, watched in astonishment. Max stepped back, wiping his brow and allowing himself a moment of satisfaction. "See? Sometimes all you need is a little human ingenuity." Xilax, still processing the unexpected success, turned to Max with newfound respect. "Your methods are intriguing, Dr. Hollister." Max shrugged, his grin undiminished. "Improvisation, it's what we do best." Word of the incident spread quickly through the ship, sparking a mix of admiration and curiosity among the crew. Max's reputation as a maverick healer grew, drawing both fascination and skepticism. The Galactic Medical Consortium's panel of medics, while still cautious, began to see the potential benefits of Max's approach, though they remained wary of its unpredictability. In the following days, Max continued to navigate the delicate balance between innovation and protocol, each encounter a dance of diplomacy and discovery. He found allies in some of the more open-minded medics, like the Glorf nurse Jalara, whose fluid form seemed to embody adaptability itself. Together, they shared ideas and techniques, blending human creativity with alien precision in ways that surprised even Max. One evening, as Max sat in the ship's observation lounge, gazing out at the endless expanse of stars, Jalara joined him, her form shifting subtly to match his relaxed posture. "You have a gift, Max," she said, her voice a gentle ripple. "Your ability to adapt is remarkable." Max chuckled, taking a sip of his ever-present coffee. "It's just part of being human, I guess. We're a scrappy bunch, always figuring out how to make things work." Jalara's form shimmered with amusement. "And yet, your methods challenge everything we know about medicine. It's both terrifying and exhilarating." Max nodded, appreciating her candor. I think that's what makes it all worthwhile. Pushing boundaries, finding new ways to help people no matter where they come from. Their conversation drifted into comfortable silence, both of them lost in thought as the universe unfolded before them. Max knew he was far from home, but in moments like these, surrounded by allies and opportunities, he felt a sense of belonging that transcended planets and species. As the stars twinkled outside the observation window, Max realized that his journey was about more than just sharing human ingenuity. It was about learning, growing, and finding common ground in the vastness of the galaxy. With each challenge, he discovered new facets of himself and his place in this interstellar community. And so, aboard the Celestial Harmony, Max Hollister continued his mission, bringing a touch of earthly improvisation to the stars, one unconventional procedure at a time. The Celestial Harmony drifted through a nebula of swirling colors, its mission taking it to a remote sector known for its volatile star systems. On board, the crew prepared for a visit to the planet Vexon, a world inhabited by the Vexorites, a species renowned for their intricate knowledge of bioengineering and their somewhat rigid adherence to tradition. Max Hollister was excited about the visit, eager to learn from the Vexorites and perhaps share a bit of his own unconventional wisdom. However, his enthusiasm was tempered by the knowledge that the Vexorites were notoriously skeptical of outsiders, particularly those with a penchant for improvisation. The ship docked at the planet's primary medical facility, a sprawling complex of organic architecture that seemed to pulse with life. Max, along with a small delegation from the consortium, was greeted by the Vexorite chief medic, a tall, elegant figure named Dr. Lyriel, whose skin shimmered in the sunlight like a field of silver grass. "Welcome to Vexon," Lyriel intoned, her voice as smooth as the flowing architecture around them. "We have heard much about your unique approach to medicine, Dr. Hollister." Max offered a friendly smile, sensing the underlying tension in her words. "Thank you, Dr. Lyriel. I'm here to learn as much as to share. I promise not to break too many rules." Barial's expression remained inscrutable, though Max thought he detected a hint of amusement in her eyes. "We shall see. Please, follow me." The group was led through the facility, marveling at the seamless integration of technology and nature. Vines entwined with data conduits and bioluminescent flora provided illumination, casting a serene glow over the corridors. Their tour concluded in a vast laboratory, where Vexorite medics worked diligently on a variety of projects. Lyriel explained their latest endeavors in genetic modification and cellular regeneration, her pride evident in every word. As the delegation observed the work, an alarm suddenly blared, shattering the calm. Medics rushed to a containment chamber, where a patient lay convulsing, surrounded by frantic activity. Lyriel's composure faltered, concern etched across her features. Max instinctively moved toward the commotion, his curiosity piqued. "What's happening?" Lyriel hesitated, then gestured for him to follow. "A test subject. We were attempting a new cellular regeneration technique, but something has gone wrong." Now, inside the chamber, the patient, a Vexorite, writhed in agony, their skin shifting through a kaleidoscope of colors. The medics worked feverishly, but their efforts seemed in vain. Max assessed the situation, his mind racing. "You need to stabilize the cellular structure before it collapses completely." Lyriel turned to him, desperation in her eyes. "How?" Max scanned the room, his gaze settling on a series of vials containing various compounds. He grabbed a syringe and quickly mixed a concoction of stabilizing agents, his hands moving with practiced ease. "This should do it," he said, injecting the solution into the patient's arm. "It'll buy us some time." The convulsions subsided, the patient's breathing evening out. The room fell silent, the medics watching in astonishment as the crisis passed. Lariel regarded Max with a mix of disbelief and gratitude. "You saved them!" Max shrugged, his expression earnest. "Just a bit of improvisation. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith." The Vexari medics murmured among themselves, their skepticism giving way to admiration. Lariel nodded, acknowledging the unexpected success. "Your methods are unorthodox, but they have merit." Max smiled, grateful for the recognition. "I've always believed that medicine is as much art as science. Sometimes you have to paint outside the lines." The rest of their visit was marked by a newfound respect between the Vexarites and the consortium delegation. Max shared his insights into improvisational medicine, while the Vexarites offered their expertise in bioengineering, both sides finding common ground in their shared dedication to healing. As the celestial harmony prepared to depart, Lariel approached Max, her demeanor softened by their shared experience. "You have given us much to consider, Dr. Hollister. Perhaps there is room for improvisation in our future." Max nodded, extending his hand in a gesture of goodwill. "And maybe there's room for a little more structure in mine." With that, the ship left Vexon, its mission of understanding and collaboration further enriched by the encounter. Max returned to his duties with renewed vigor, his reputation as a maverick healer solidified among the stars. In the days that followed, Max continued to bridge the gap between tradition and innovation, his journey a testament to the power of adaptability and the endless possibilities that lay beyond the boundaries of convention. The celestial harmony glided through the vastness of space, its course set for a rendezvous with the research outpost orbiting the gas giant Zepharia. The outpost was renowned for its cutting-edge studies in xenobiology, and the consortium had sent a team to collaborate on a project involving interspecies medical advancements. Max Hollister, now something of a legend among his peers for his unconventional successes, was part of the delegation. He was eager to see what new challenges and opportunities awaited on the outpost, his mind buzzing with the potential for discovery and the chance to further showcase humanity's knack for turning the unexpected into the extraordinary. As the shuttle docked with the outpost, Max was greeted by Dr. Ilara Takara, a renowned xenobiologist with a reputation for being as brilliant as she was exacting. Her eyes, a striking shade of emerald, assessed him with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. "Dr. Hollister, welcome," she said, her tone polite but guarded. "I've heard much about your distinctive approach." Max chuckled, unfazed by her scrutiny. "All true, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how we can blend our styles here." Ilara nodded, leading him through the labyrinthine corridors of the outpost. The facility was a marvel of engineering, its walls adorned with holographic displays of alien ecosystems and genetic sequences, each one a testament to the wonders of life beyond Earth. Their tour concluded in a spacious laboratory, where a team of scientists and medics worked diligently on a variety of projects. Ilara explained their latest endeavor, developing a universal antiviral agent capable of adapting to the unique biological signatures of different species. "This is our primary focus," Ilara said, gesturing to a series of containment units housing various alien pathogens. "We're close to a breakthrough, but the complexity of interspecies virology presents significant challenges." Max examined the setup, his mind already racing with possibilities. What if we introduced a catalyst that could mimic the adaptive immune responses found in humans? It might accelerate the agent's ability to adjust across different species. Ilara raised an eyebrow, intrigued despite herself. "It's a bold idea, but how would you propose we implement it?" Max pointed to a collection of cellular cultures, his thoughts coalescing into a plan. "We could engineer a hybrid protein using human leukocytes as a template, It might just provide the adaptability we need. The team set to work, combining their expertise with Max's innovative thinking. Over the following days, Max found himself immersed in the project, collaborating closely with Ilara and her team. Their efforts were a blend of meticulous research and daring experimentation, each step bringing them closer to their goal. As they worked, Max and Ilara developed a mutual respect, their initial wariness giving way to a shared enthusiasm for discovery. Ilara, ever the scientist, found herself captivated by Max's ability to see beyond the data, to envision solutions that defied conventional logic. One evening, as they reviewed their progress, Ilara turned to Max, her expression thoughtful. "Your approach, it's not just about improvisation, is it? It's about seeing possibilities where others see limitations." Max nodded, appreciating her insight. "Exactly. Sometimes, the best solutions come from looking at things from a different angle. It's about trusting your instincts and being willing to take risks." Their work culminated in a successful trial, the hybrid protein proving effective in neutralizing a particularly resilient virus. The breakthrough was hailed as a significant advancement, opening new avenues for interspecies medical treatments. The outpost buzzed with excitement, the team celebrating their achievement. Max, though pleased, remained grounded, knowing that their success was only the beginning of a much larger journey. Interplanetary trade had been the name of the game since civilization began. As the celestial harmony prepared to depart, Ilara approached Max, her demeanor softened by their shared triumph. "You've changed the way I see things, Max. Thank you for that." Max smiled, extending his hand in a gesture of camaraderie. "And you've shown me the power of precision and patience. It's been a privilege working with you." With renewed purpose, Max returned to the celestial harmony, his reputation as a maverick healer further cemented among the stars. His experiences on the outpost had reinforced his belief in the power of adaptability and collaboration, each encounter a reminder of the boundless potential that lay in the fusion of different perspectives. As the ship continued its journey through the galaxy, Max remained ever ready to face new challenges, his unconventional methods a beacon of hope and innovation in a universe filled with endless possibilities. The celestial harmony cruised smoothly through the cosmic expanse, its destination a remote space station orbiting the icy planet of Glacia Prime. The station, known as Frosthaven, was a hub for research into cryogenics and the preservation of life in extreme conditions. Max Hollister was intrigued by the prospect of visiting Frosthaven, eager to see how his improvisational skills might fare in such a specialized environment. Upon arrival, Max was greeted by the station's chief scientist, Dr. Rena Kaldor, a stoic woman with a reputation for her groundbreaking work in cryostasis. Her piercing blue eyes seemed to mirror the icy landscape of the planet below, and her demeanor was as cool as the station's climate-controlled corridors. "Dr. Hollister," Rena acknowledged, her voice crisp and efficient. "Welcome to Frosthaven. I've been informed of your unconventional methods." After exchanging a quick high-five with Rena, the woman advanced to embrace the bounty hunter willingly, her expression of respect and reverence even greater with. Max grinned, unfazed by her cool reception. "Unconventional, yes, but effective, I hope." Rena led him through the station, a marvel of engineering designed to withstand the harsh conditions of Glacia Prime. The walls were lined with cryogenic chambers, each one housing specimens and patients in various states of suspended animation. "Our primary focus here is the development of advanced cryogenic techniques," Rena explained. "We're working to perfect the process of preserving and reviving life forms without cellular degradation." Max nodded, his curiosity piqued. "Impressive. Any particular challenges you're facing?" Rena hesitated, then gestured towards a chamber housing a rare alien species known as the Philorans, renowned for their regenerative abilities. We've encountered issues with reanimation. The cellular structures are not reconstituting as expected, leading to significant degradation. Max studied the chamber, considering the problem. What if we introduced a thermal shock during the reanimation process? It might stimulate cellular activity and kickstart the regenerative process. Rena raised an eyebrow, intrigued despite her initial skepticism. A thermal shock? That could be risky. Max shrugged, his expression earnest. True, but it might just be the jolt the cells need to jumpstart their natural regeneration. With a mix of caution and curiosity, Rena agreed to test Max's theory. They worked together to modify the reanimation protocol, incorporating the thermal shock into the process. As they prepared for the trial, Max felt a familiar thrill of anticipation, the possibility of discovery charging the air around them. The trial commenced, and they watched as the Phaloran specimen was gradually warmed, the thermal shock applied at a critical moment. To their astonishment, the cells began to regenerate, the degradation halted and reversed as the specimen slowly returned to life. The success sent ripples of excitement through the station, the team celebrating the breakthrough. Rena, though initially reserved, found herself impressed by Max's audacity and insight. "You've done it, Max," she said, her tone softened by admiration. "Your improvisation has opened new possibilities for our work." Max smiled, his satisfaction tempered by humility. "Just a bit of creative thinking. Sometimes you have to shake things up to see what sticks." As the days passed, Max continued to collaborate with the Frosthaven team, sharing his insights and learning from their expertise. The exchange of ideas proved fruitful, each side gaining a deeper appreciation for the other's approach to problem-solving. One evening, as they reviewed their progress in the station's observatory, Rena turned to Max, her expression contemplative. "You've shown me the value of looking beyond the data, of trusting intuition as much as logic." Max nodded, grateful for her candor. "And you've reminded me of the importance of structure and precision. It's about finding a balance between the two." Their collaboration culminated in a series of successful trials, the new techniques promising to revolutionize cryogenics across the galaxy. As the celestial harmony prepared to depart, Rena approached Max, her demeanor warmer than when they first met. "Thank you, Max," she said, extending her hand. "Your visit has been enlightening." Max shook her hand, his expression sincere. "The pleasure was mine, Rena. Keep pushing those boundaries." With that, the ship left Frosthaven, its mission of exploration and understanding enriched by yet another successful collaboration. Max returned to his duties aboard the Celestial Harmony, his reputation as a maverick healer further cemented among the stars. His experiences on Frosthaven had reinforced his belief in the power of adaptability and collaboration, each encounter a reminder of the boundless potential that lay in the fusion of different perspectives. As the ship continued its journey through the galaxy, Max remained ever ready to face new challenges, his unconventional methods a beacon of hope and innovation in a universe filled with endless possibilities.